If I dare to ask, who are you? What is a human being? And what does the word self mean? All of these thoughts will pop up instantly in your head trying to fill the gap. You might answer by, I'm a body with a soul, or I'm James and I live in the woods. If we remove a part of your body, you should be in pain, but it won't threaten your existence in the world. And if we remove your emotions, it'll become a numb creature, but it won't make you disappear either. So what we are going to do now, going through this book, is to try and remove every single external layer. This is how we are going to find your true essence. Let's break this process into 5 parts. The first essential step to find yourself is to realize that you are not the voice of the mind. What voice, you ask? I mean the thoughts in your head that are experienced by you in a form of a voice. Just try this exercise real quick. Stop looking at your computer screen and stare at the wall for 10 seconds. You will notice a voice inside your head. It might have told you, "This is stupid, man, why are you looking at the wall? Let's go eat something." The voice has many names: your thoughts, your inner roommate, the psyche. The problem with it is that it is not to be trusted because it's a field of conflicting forces. It might say to you, "I'm gonna marry Sarah this weekend, but I don't know if she'll cheat on me. I'll be very broken if she does." And then the voice comes again and says to itself, "Nah, Sarah's not that kind of a person." People are basing their identities on what the voice blabbers to them about themselves. For example, if you beat someone up, the voice might come up and say, "Oh man, you're very strong now, no one can beat you." Then you start identifying with what the voice says to you, when in reality, you are neither the good guy nor the bad guy. You are neither generous nor kind. If you look at yourself very closely, the person who you think you are right now is a story you made up in your mind. And that story is an unconscious construction of thoughts based on what the voice has told you about yourself at a particular situation or experience. This raises another interesting question. If you are not Susie, the one that graduated from Harvard, and married James, then who are you? And if you are not the generous good guy, then what are you? Going deep down into the depth of your being, you will notice what kind of relationship your true self has with that voice. First, you will notice that there is a voice layer inside your head. Then there is someone inside there hearing, experiencing that voice. And that someone is you. Think of it as a subject-object relationship. Think of the voice as an object. You're in control of external objects, right? You can move your fingers or your body. This applies also to the voice inside your head. You're in control of it. The only reason you get lost in it sometimes is because the voice is not like any other object. It's an internal object, like your emotions. It is the second layer of your being, and it's very close to your true self. Okay, now that we've agreed that you are the experiencer of the voice, we have one more thing to discover. The word that describes your true self, the word that holds the meaning of the experiencer. What is it? Consciousness. You live in the seat of consciousness. All of these objects are in front of you. The thoughts are closer in, the emotions are a little away further, and form is way out there. At each stage of your life you have seen different thoughts, emotions, and objects pass before you, but you have always been the conscious receiver of all that was. By keeping this belief and by just reminding yourself that you are the consciousness, every moment you get distracted by the voice, you start feeling more in control of what the voice says about you, or the judgments that it makes around. From this part of the video, we're going to be calling you consciousness to further explain some concepts. Consciousness has a natural ability, which is awareness. Awareness is a sensory field of vision that helps detecting external objects. Consciousness has the ability to focus that field of awareness on particular objects. Even if you're blind, awareness can still sense objects around you. If you can train that field of awareness to expand its sensory vision from external objects to internal sensations and thoughts, you'll be able to see every thought and every emotion passing by in front of you, like if it was in slow motion. So, how do we train it? The only way to sharpen that field of awareness is to meditate daily. You experience being in the seat of consciousness at 100%, when you sit down to meditate for 20 minutes. Notice that after 15 minutes of meditation, the thoughts disappear completely. That is the moment when you get in touch with your true self. That is the act of reminding yourself that you are the consciousness that's experiencing the thoughts. Meditation is nothing more than sitting inside yourself with your inner roommate or your thoughts. After a period of practice, you will cultivate enough awareness allowing you to notice 80% of what the voice is complaining about on a daily basis. Meditation will build more gray matter in your prefrontal cortex, strengthening your willpower muscles. This way, you will feel more in control of your inner roommate's dictations over you. You'll be able to notice the mood that you're in a particular time or moment. Your field of awareness will expand tremendously from meditation that one day you'll be able to see your reactions and thoughts pass in front of you before you even express them in every social interaction. If you keep meditating on a regular basis, you will never get lost in your thoughts again. Part 4. Beware of blocked energies inside your heart. Every experience you witness with your field of awareness goes through your sensory devices, your nose, touch, or eyes. Every experience that goes through these sensory devices has two parts. The first part is the energy part, which is the emotion of the experience. The second part is the information part, the images and objects that you've captured. The energy part of the experience goes to the center of the heart, making you feel the vibration and the emotions that are held in that specific experience. The information part is captured by your sensory devices, then travels to the brain in a form of electrical charges. Upon arrival to the brain, that information is processed, labeled, then digested, leaving the space to welcome the next experience. But the question is, what happens if you resist an experience? Let's look at some example to answer this question. Let's say you're walking down the street with a friend peacefully, and then suddenly 3 dudes came up to you guys and beat you up to death. You both lost some teeth and got robbed all of your money. Let's say your positive friend's reaction is this. Okay, I am aware that this scenario is going to be replayed back and forth in my head for 2 to 3 days, and I won't be able to think clearly. But I want to resist these negative emotions because I'm a human, and it's okay for humans to feel negative emotions sometimes. This is another moment of my life. Okay, looking at this person's reaction to this overwhelming experience, we notice that by not resisting it, it is going to make it through him. The information part and the energy part will be processed and digested from his mind without any effort. Now let's say this is your reaction. Oh my god, I'm so weak, people saw me getting punched in the face. It was so embarrassing. I need to have my revenge very soon. Now what you did here is what we call resistance. This is an example of a person who's resisting the flow of life. What happens if you don't let go of this experience? The information part and the energy part are going to get blocked inside you. What you don't realize is that your entire experience of life is about to change because of what didn't make it through you. This is what happens when you resist an experience. Now it got stuck. In the yogi traditions, they call that blocked energy a samskara. A samskara is a blockage, an impression from your past. It's an unfinished energy pattern that ends up running your life. A buildup of samskaras inside your heart can cause it to close, and closing your heart on the world's new experiences will lead to a state of depression. At this stage, very little energy is passing through you. A samskara could also be a positive experience. For example, if you meet a cool girl and you get attached to her, you like being around that energy a lot. Oh, I really want to see her again. I can't wait to see her again. The only solution is to let go, to commit to yourself that whatever happens you will never resist. This way you'll start experiencing life as it is, willing to take life's challenges and experience true pain, true happiness at any moment in time. That is the path toward true growth. Let go of past experiences, the girlfriend that dumped you, the beloved ones that died, or the money you lost. Just let go. Although we've been talking about spiritual stuff, this book didn't neglect the part of taking action. All that I was talking about throughout this video, the spiritual work, the realizations and the meditation, All of that is great, but it's just 20% of the work. The only way to truly find yourself and grow so much is by taking action and facing your biggest fears in life. Every situation that makes your body shake and brings up that uncomfortable feeling in your chest is the most needed situation for your growth. These types of experiences are exposing weak aspects of your personality, things about you that are not sharp enough. Life is surrounding you with situations that stimulate growth. Therefore, you need to notice these opportunities every day and seize them. If you don't break through that fear, and if you don't expose yourself to awkwardness and pain, you will stay exactly the same. The world is constantly changing, and if you are not progressing along with it, you're probably left behind. The only way to calm down your inner disturbances is by getting into these types of experiences. For example, if you want to start a business but you're afraid of losing money, just do it. That's what's going to give you the knowledge and the experience to make better decisions in the future. Every time you see that beautiful girl and you want to talk to her but you feel awkward, just do it. Break through your fear of sharing yourself and putting your personality on the line, and by doing this you will quiet down that inner voice that is beating you up constantly. This is how you grow stronger. This is the path towards true spiritual freedom. Every time you get a job overseas offered to you and you resist going because you fear separating from your family, do it. This is how we'll cultivate the responsibility. This is the only way to develop that core confidence and the belief that no matter what happens, you are going to be alright. You will hear that voice trying to get on your team if you do this. You'll hear it saying, "Yes, I can do this. I've been through a lot. Nothing can shake my reality now." The moment you face your biggest fears, say, "Okay, I'm afraid now. I'm going to embrace this fear. I'm going to go through the fire regardless of my emotions. If I don't do this right now, this fear will be haunting me for the rest of my life."